Remember when phones were just phones? No endless notifications, no algorithm chasing your attention, just calls, texts, and maybe a quick game of Snake. Well, the Unnecto Snap is trying to bring that simplicity back, but with a twist. For under $70, you're getting a flip phone with a full physical QWERTY keyboard and access to modern apps like YouTube and Facebook.
Now, the real question is this nostalgic throwback actually practical in 2026?
Let's find out. First, let's break down the specs. It runs on a Unisoc T107 1.0 GHz quad-core processor, paired with 48 megabytes of RAM and 128 megabytes of storage. Yes, you heard that right, 48 megabytes of RAM. Those numbers sound tiny compared to smartphones, and they are. This is firmly feature phone territory. It's designed for basic tasks, calls, texts, and light app usage, nothing more. You get a 2.5-inch VGA LCD screen, compact, almost like a business card. For texts and menu navigation, totally fine, but watching videos or doing extended browsing, not ideal.
There's also a 2-megapixel rear camera. And let's be honest, this is for quick snapshots, not Instagram-worthy photography. Battery-wise, you get a 1,000 mAh battery. Because it's not running power-hungry apps, it can last a full day or even more on standby. That's one advantage of simplicity. Connectivity is surprisingly modern. You've got 4G LTE, Bluetooth 5.0, GPS, and USB Type-C charging. Yes, USB-C on a $70 flip phone. But here's the catch. It only works with GSM carriers like T-Mobile, Metro PCS, and Mint Mobile. Not Verizon, not Sprint. Now, Cloud OS is where things get interesting. This cloud-based operating system, developed by CloudMosa, streams web-based applications from the cloud instead of installing them locally. That's how this limited hardware can run apps like YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and other social platforms. So what's it actually like to use? The standout feature is the full physical QWERTY keyboard. If you've been frustrated with touchscreen typing, this brings back real tactile feedback. Users on eBay specifically mentioned loving the keyboard, especially older users who find touchscreens confusing. Through Cloud OS, you can access social media apps, YouTube, and news widgets. But remember, these are web-based versions, not full native apps. You do get dual SIM slots, which is useful for separating work and personal lines, although documentation appears unclear.
And storage can be expanded up to 32 gigabytes via microSD card. Now let's be honest about what works and what doesn't. People genuinely like the nostalgia factor. TikTok users showed real excitement about having a working QWERTY flip phone in 2025. The physical keyboard offers better typing than on-screen keyboards for many users. At $70, it's affordable. USB-C charging is convenient, and dual SIM is practical. But there are common issues. The menu system is described as complex. One reviewer said, "It's nice, but if you want simple, don't buy this." Users reported difficulty with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth setup. The 2.5-inch screen feels cramped for apps. The 2-megapixel camera is subpar. It's GSM only, and Cloud OS apps feel compromised compared to true smartphone experiences. So how does it compare? The Nokia 225 4G sits in a similar price range, uses a T9 keypad, and runs KaiOS, which feels more polished if you don't need QWERTY. The Alcatel Go Flip 3 and TCL Flip 3 cost between $80 and $100. They run KaiOS with Google Assistant, have larger 2.8-inch screens, and better cameras, but they don't offer full QWERTY keyboards. The Unnecto Snap is the most affordable flip phone with a full QWERTY keyboard and Cloud OS. If physical typing is your priority and you're comfortable with a learning curve, this might be your best option under $100. So, who is this actually for? You'll like it if you miss physical keyboards, want a secondary phone for a digital detox, are comfortable troubleshooting tech, or just need an ultra-affordable device that does more than calls and texts.
Skip it if you want plug-and-play simplicity, if you're on Verizon or Sprint, if you need a decent camera, or if you expect true smartphone-level apps. The Unnecto Snap is an interesting experiment, bringing modern functionality into a classic flip form factor. At $70, it's not a huge financial risk if you're curious about Cloud OS or you simply miss QWERTY keyboards. But let's be clear, this is not a simple grandma-friendly flip phone. It's more of a tech enthusiast's curiosity, something that requires patience. If you value nostalgia and typing over polish and simplicity, give it a shot. But if you just want a straightforward feature phone experience, options like the Nokia 225 or Alcatel Go Flip 3 offer more established ecosystems. That's my take. Let me know in the comments, have you tried one? Would you switch back to a physical keyboard in 2025? Thanks for watching.